Hey everyone, thanks for choosing this podcast. We're your hosts, Em.
And I'm Kay.
Come join us to chat about anything related to healing and so much more. Hey guys, so this is episode 26. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone's doing pretty good. Today we are continuing our chat about shyness. And we're also going to continue our talk about school life and friendships and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. I second what Em said. Welcome back. And we are excited to chat more about our awkward years in high school, the struggles, and they're still happening. So, stories never end here with that. But first, we're going to do a quick check in. Em, how have you been?
I've been doing good. Nothing to report, I guess. Yeah, pretty the same. We're going strong with January. Oh, news. We did upload our first episode on YouTube today, actually. So please, everyone, congratulate us. We're patting ourselves on the back. How about you, Kay? How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty good. I am super excited that it's Thursday and tomorrow is the start of the weekend. I don't know if you have been hearing Em since you're in California, but there's all this talk of a snowstorm, and apparently people in Alabama are also going to get snow. So things are feeling a little chaotic because of that.
Yeah, I did hear that most of the country are going to be affected by this whole snowstorm. So actually, more than California. What about you guys? Because over here, I don't think we're gonna get any of it.
Yeah. So we have the mayor apparently has put in place a state of emergency because it's not going to snow here, but it's going to be extremely cold, like 1 degree, 8
Uh-huh.
degrees. And and it has snowed, so some of the roads are already like slippery. So I'm
Mhm.
assuming, the whole black ice
Oh my
situation is.
gosh. Mhm.
But yes, I hope everybody stays safe and let's help each other out in any way we can for those that don't have a home, including the animals.
Yeah, that is definitely true. Okay, so let's just jump right back into it. We're just gonna pick up where we left off, and I don't know, Kay, is there any other examples of your high school life and your struggles with, being shy?
I'm trying to think of like other situations in school that relate to being shy. Like, for example, I remember hating to go eat in the cafeteria during my lunches in high school.
Mhm.
It made me extremely uncomfortable because the cafeteria, I mean, it wasn't like humongous, but it was pretty decently sized, and you had to walk from your table, okay, which was filled with many other tables with many other students, and, like, go get your food on a tray, and then you had to walk back to your table. Oh my god, I hated that. Sometimes I wouldn't grab food because I didn't wanna deal with all that walk of shame.
It's giving high school clicky movie, you know? But anyways,
Yep.
yeah, my high school, we didn't have that. We did not have cafeteria times. We'd have when it was break, everyone would just go with their lunches already brought from home, or you could go to the little, like, kiosk that they have to buy them, but there wasn't, like, a designated area where we could sit and eat because, again, it was a small school, but and so we would just eat in, like, in our classroom, and everyone would just be with their friend groups, you know?
I wouldn't say my high school was all that big. It was, I think, like 3,000 students, and I mean, like, freshmen to seniors.
Oh,
But,
okay.
all the grades would get together during lunch periods depending on which one you got, but I just hated it. I remember the first year of being in high school, I didn't know anybody because I was new to the town and to this high school, and
Mhm.
being new and shy in high school equals the worst experience of one's life.
I'm sure it was hard in the sense that you're in that period of time where you're learning, you're going through new experiences, you're a kid still, and, formative years, that must have been rough.
Yeah, it was. 14. At 14, what did I know? I just knew that I felt insecure. I didn't like meeting new people. I was missing my friends. I felt like I looked so skinny and everything. I felt
Mhm.
like I didn't fit in. And so sometimes I would go to the bathroom and just stay there during my lunch period because I it felt a lot safer in the bathrooms. Anybody else really?
Yeah. That is definitely giving movie scene. Did you eat your lunch in the bathroom too?
No, I never took my lunch in the bathroom. To me, that's kinda gross.
It is very gross. But for us, I thankfully our school was very small and like everyone knew each other in my class at least.
So another, like, experience so I remember what I said about making new friends, right? So it was really hard for me to literally open my mouth and say anything, especially to boys, and I remember I had made this one acquaintance girl,
Mhm.
and, we chatted a little. I felt comfortable with her for the most part, but then she kinda started getting to know more people. This was all, like, freshman year of high school. So then,
Yeah.
like, slowly, she just kinda stopped talking to me less and less, and then we
She
wouldn't
drifted
sit in
away.
lunch. Yeah, we wouldn't stay in lunch together anymore, and I was like, "That's where my shyness gets me, left
Mhm.
alone."
Yeah.
But, there's so many different factors of it, but, I wouldn't say that I hated all of high school. Like, eventually, I made a couple of friends that stuck around
Mhm.
for the remaining of high school. Literally, it was, like, 5 or maybe 4. Wait, let me think.
Which
Let me
is
actually think about it.
it's actually a good number in comparison, like, people don't really stick with their high school friends, so 5 is actually a blessing.
Well, actually, I didn't keep touch with them after high school. Like, we stopped talking after. And, I'm okay with that. We were all kind to each other during that period, and I still have, like, my core group of friends from elementary school, and I had them through those years too, but then, like, I went through my own stuff where I was, like, isolating myself. God, I guess high school really got me, huh?
No, that I can relate to you because I had my group of friends in school and I thought, "Oh my gosh, this is us till the end of the world or the end of times." Literally after high school, poof, they vanished. Oh, well, also after high school, I moved back to the States and, being shy and very into your brain and your head, it's really hard to keep that communication going, so I it was in part, obviously, it was my fault. I should have reached out more, and I didn't. So, I lost my high school friends.
I would agree with you on that. I mean, I think why we lost contact, it was partially my fault. I mean, it takes 2 to tango, and it takes 2 to keep a relationship going, and that goes with friendships too.
Yeah.
Fortunately, when I went through, like, I wanna isolate myself years in high school, my core friends from elementary school were pretty understanding and still, accepted me back when I was ready to be social with the world outside of, like, my family. But yeah, I would say that high school was overall extremely difficult as a shy person, but I learned even more how to kinda be my own company and, like, enjoy my own company. I mean, there's always thoughts going on in this brain of mine, and Em and I were actually, talking about this when we met up in New York, that we were both in a group, and it was at a bar, and remember, we were sitting next to each other, and you were saying how, like, right now, you're befriending the whole bar in your head, but you're just sitting, like, right here.
So true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because she was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty dissociated right now." And, I relate to that. I mean, I used to do that a lot in high school. Like, in my head, I would actually be having this whole conversation with myself. God, am I gonna sound crazy? With myself
N
when I'm talking to other
no.
people.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's the thing, like, friendships and relationships, it's like you said, it takes 2 to tango, and I feel like, in part, that's why I don't have many friends at the moment, or in general, because I because of the shyness, I it's hard for me to keep that communication going. Even when I receive, like, a message from Instagram or something, like, I overthink the answering, and then when I don't answer on time, I feel like it's too late, and yeah, and I feel like I've lost a lot of friends like that. Well, I'm just thinking about friendships in general from back in the day. As I mentioned before, we were very church focused in that time, and I had a group of friends in church that I considered actually like my best friends, and I thought also it was like ride or die until the end. But again, when I moved, like, those relationships just sort of broke down or vanished, but then again, they were very toxic, and now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they just the whole friendship situation was kind of gaslit into thinking that we were best friends be
Wow. Well, remember what we were saying literally earlier today? Rejection is redirection
Yeah,
to something more fitting.
yeah, and maybe that's why I also have a really hard time making friends right now, because I went through that whole disappointment friendship cycle, and it sort of made me think, like, why make friends if they're gonna be not the best to you? Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you went through that. And maybe in another episode we can dive into toxic friendships
Toxic
to keep
friendships,
them or
yeah.
to not.
But also, it does make me think that in that time, in that period of my life, just like high school friends, they served a purpose, they were there, and, just let it go, you know? It's fine.
I think with the friends in high school for me, it wasn't there was no bad blood. I felt like the whole high school experience and us not being like really loud people connected us. And after that, it wasn't enough to carry us to the real world. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I also didn't put in effort, so it was different factors. So I hope they're all doing amazing. I was thinking about some of them the other days, and I don't know if you ever go to, like you become an FBI agent and you start searching for people.
Guilty, yes.
Yeah, I tried to find a few of them, but I couldn't, which I hope is a good sign. It means they're living more in the present? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, people change their names, things change.
That's true. That's true, and I
Yeah.
didn't remember any last names, I just remember first names, so it wasn't really a great search.
With that being said, with friendships, I feel like now I'm more open to looking at the world and being in the world in a different way. Like, I'm actively pushing myself to I don't wanna say be less shy, but work with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a part of that is for you and we started this podcast. So if anybody was wondering, "Can I be shy and have a podcast?" Yes, you can.
Yes, you can, yeah. And also, like, I guess I wanna stop condemning myself for being shy. Like, it's just who I am. It is who I am, and I need to work with it and embrace it and try to live life and do the things that I wanna do. Like you said, like doing this podcast, doing it with a friend, is helping out. So I hope that also works for you too.
100%, and I really like that you said that because I feel like I have also carried a lot of shame or thought of being shy as a bad thing, right? And I know we've talked about in this episode a lot of negative experiences that we've had due to being shy, but there is
Mhm.
also positives that come from being a shy person.
Mhm.
And it's not something that condemns you to a life of isolation and being
Yeah.
friendless. Not at all. I think we should probably dedicate another time to talk about all the positives of being shy
Yeah.
and how how it can be used as a strength instead of a weakness.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, so on that note, we're going to start wrapping it up. And if any of you out there are also shy, have shy history, we want you to know that we get you, we understand you, and know that you can push through it to do the things that you wanna do, and don't let that limit you.
Yeah, and, most of all, forgive yourself. You are not at fault. It's just something that you have to live with, and it's a part of you,
Well, not
and it's
really.
okay. Wait, what do you mean not really?
Well, I'm because people can opt out of being shy. You can grow out of it.
Can you?
I think so. I think that if a person eventually gets to the point where they're like, "You know what? I don't wanna be shy anymore. It's like it's not serving me," they can learn to not be shy. Because I feel like saying learn to live with is kinda like a diagnosis.
Well, you see that I actually don't agree with you because I feel like you can't. If you're shy, it's who you are. Like, can you fix being
Then
shy? Like, I know that
I
there's
love this.
coping like, you well, I'm just saying that I feel like it's something that you just are. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think you ever unlearn or become different if you're shy.
For me, where I wasn't a shy person until, like, the age of 7, right?
Mhm.
So then am I just not naturally a shy person then, and I just turned shy? So is it do you think that maybe for people who have always been shy, that's just who they are, and like you said, they can still do things and, like, push
Mhm.
themselves to live the life they want, so then who am I?
Well, you yes, no, I definitely agree with that. Like, I feel like I don't have any other examples to go on that have showed me that you can overcome shyness and not be shy at all ever again.
Hmm. Okay, so I will say we're having an I'm having existential crisis because now I don't know who I am. Am I shy or am I not shy? Was it a learned behavior or a coping mechanism from
Yeah.
moving to another country?
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh
Because
my god. Okay.
like for me like for me, I know that I've always been shy. And yeah, it just seems like something it's already in my DNA. So it would be like changing, I don't know. Honestly, I don't
Like your
know. Like I
arm?
said, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so there's this show, it's called
Mhm.
Married at First Sight, and it was in the newer season. There was this, guy who said that he was shy until he was, like, 27 years old,
Mhm.
and he learned how to not be shy, and he's, like, super social, super outgoing, and I guess he kinda wanted to make up for the things he didn't do as a shy person because he allowed that to stop him, right? We have
Okay.
examples of, like, Bad Bunny, for example, where he says he is a naturally shy person, but he's still living the life he wants because he doesn't let that stop him.
Yeah. But my question is, are they just putting on a persona? Are they just going to another facet of it, of masking it or of suppressing it?
My mind is frying.
Wait, this is a discussion for another day then, because like I'm genuinely curious. Like I have actually done a lot to improve my shyness, but I know that I'm still shy and I'm always going to be shy. And I hate that. But it's something that I'm trying to come to terms with and forgive myself for being so harsh with myself for being shy. Yeah, actually, you know what? I want to hear from an expert. I want to know if you can just not be shy anymore or if you're just shy and you just learn new skills to work with being shy. Is there an expert out there? Hello?
Let us know because I am very interested in this too, because honestly, I've always thought that people can become unshy. I have also done a lot to work on my shyness, like, I used to be almost a mute back in the day, and, I don't know that I have the goal to not be shy because honestly, I feel like there are benefits to being shy, like, you
Mhm.
kind of are a little more selective with the people you hang around with, and sometimes it's by default, right, because you're not that most open person in first interactions, but I feel like that kind of protects you from people who, um, maybe won't be the best for you.
Mhm.
But I am accepting that I will never be the loudest person in the room, and I feel like at some
Mhm.
point maybe I wanted to because I thought that that meant you were liked, but now I feel like a quiet presence is appealing, in my opinion. You don't have to be, like, the center of attention, and people can still like you. So I think I used to confuse that a lot, like, if people are loud and everybody wants to talk to them, it means that they're liked and they're accepted, and I have historically felt like I haven't been accepted or liked,
Mhm.
um, but that's not the truth. So I don't know, I feel like now we're kinda spiraling into this hole.
Yeah, what is the truth anymore?
But yeah, we will continue the conversation. Next episode, potentially, we will see because this we didn't intend to come up, but it came up.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I mean, thank goodness we are having this conversation where it's safe for us to be able to question these things. And hopefully you guys leave us comments with your opinions of if this is a skill that or not a skill, but if this is something that you can unlearn or is it something that you have to just live with and learn with it? I don't know. I don't even know the wording for it, but if you guys know, please let us know. Alrighty, guys. I think that's it for today. We're going to start wrapping it up. So many questions that we have asked ourselves, and hopefully, someone can reach out that's an expert and answer our question.
Definitely, please reach out. And we're being serious. This time we're really going to close it up. And next episode, we are going to continue talking about our shy journey. However, we're going to take it to present time and talk about the challenges and the good of being shy as an adult because we are still living it, people. Still here. And we are trying to claim it and be proud of it.
Exactly. We are manifesting this for ourselves, and yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Don't forget we're rooting for you and have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye, guys.